What's going on, guys? My name is Ben Trades and welcome back to another YouTube video. Today I'm going to be joined by Krabs. He's actually our first guest that is in the ranked TOPSTEP platform. So he's actually technically one of the best traders in the world. If you're able to flip an account from 2,000 to thousands and thousands of dollars and make your way to the ranks, you have to be one of the best traders in the world. And there's no debating about that because TOPSTEP is the biggest funded platform in the world. So, congratulations, Krabs.
So, yeah, last time I checked, or last time they showed me, I think I was ranked like 67 or something like that. I'm not sure what it is now, but
that's impressive.
Yeah.
So 60, 67.
Yeah.
So it's probably more now.
I have no idea.
So,
I don't know how the ranking system works, but yeah.
So how'd you get into day trading, by the way?
So I started in high school after one of my friends. This is actually a funny ass story. I was at a party, right?
Yeah.
Like back in the day, I used to party all the time. I was in high school. We were at a high school party. I go into one of the rooms, and my boy's dad is trading, right?
Yeah.
It was night. So I was like, what are you trading, bro? It was forex. So originally I got into trading forex in high school. I was trading GJ, I was trading EU, I was trading a little bit of gold too. Completely unprofitable back then. And I was trading that for a bit. Didn't see too many results, and then I started trading the NASDAQ. That's when I finally started to see results. Just way more predictable patterns, then got more into ICT. And after that, finally got consistency once I developed the model. And that's the ABS model. Took a short. I'm not sure. Can they see my screen right now?
Yeah, they can see your screen.
Yeah, I took this short actually right now in Asia session. But yeah, it's just a very mechanical model, or not fully mechanical. It has some rules that really prevent any emotions. They prevent any emotional, you know how traders crash out and stuff.
Yeah. We'll get into that. We'll get into that a little bit later for the technical. So I just want to get to really know you. I want to talk about your story and how you started. And so you said you fell into trading pretty much, right? And
Yeah.
how long have you been doing it for?
2 years now. Yeah.
So those 2 years, wow, that's actually crazy for you to be ranked. First
Profitably
of all, dude.
profitably for around a year, profitably. The first year was around, or I think it's 2.5 years now. But yeah, the first year I didn't know what I was really doing. For like 6 to 12 months, I didn't know what I was doing, and then it started to click after I found out the ICT stuff. Started backtest like a month a day, and that's where I really saw the most results, was after backtesting so much every single day. Then it just started to click.
Let me ask you something. So you said it took you 2 years, which is insane. I know people that took literally 8 years and they're still not making money. So for you to have the discipline and being able to stick to your rules and officially become profitable and be in the ranks, what made you get there? Consistency,
Honestly,
discipline?
It's all psychology straight up. And like I said, the system that I made for myself, it's what made me consistent. Like I have certain rules in my trading. I gotta walk away after one loss, stuff like that. I have technical rules as well. It's all about building structure in your trading. I think when you have a really solid foundation in your trading, then as long as you can follow it, you're gonna see results.
So for somebody that's just starting out today, like literally from scratch, what would you tell them to do?
I would say get down. If you're trading ICT, I'm pretty sure you trade ICT, right?
Yeah.
You trade ICT? Yeah, I would say get down all the ICT concepts, all the PD arrays, learn how SMTs work. That's one of my favorite concepts. And dive into backtesting. Backtesting is your best friend when you're starting out. You're going to want to spend all of your time backtesting. Any free time. I straight up used to spend like 8 hours a day backtesting. I used to work a job. I talk about this. I used to work at a pool. I was a lifeguard, and no one really came to the pool, right? So I would have my laptop out. I would backtest all day. My entire shift, I would backtest. I was so locked in because I just wanted to make this work. I wanted to quit that job. And yeah, I literally spent any free time that I had backtesting, trying to get better every single day. And through backtesting, I kind of developed my edge and built a lot of discretion as well. So yeah, I would say the main thing if you're starting out is backtest until you can't, until you start crashing out, because that's the main thing that's really going to build your discretion as a trader. and you really got to build discretion on your own. You can't just like signal bot someone, it's not going to work. And especially when you're starting out, the number one thing is definitely screen time. You know, the more times you see the same things happen, then you're just going to
Pattern
like build an eye
recognition.
for it. Yeah, you're going to build an eye for the same patterns, the same setups. And then when you can just take those setups, the best setups, I will need to recap a little bit.
All right, so how do you handle the emotional stress that comes to trading as a full-time job?
Yeah, so the main thing is definitely having a system, a strategy that you can really follow and you have like data on it. Like me personally in my trading, I don't care what happens when I go into a trading session. If I take a loss, a win, or a break even, I could really care less because I know long term I have data on my strategy that's profitable. And I feel like a lot of people really don't have this. They don't have any data, they don't have any spreadsheets
Right.
that prove to themselves that their system's profitable long term. Because in trading, you know, you can have a red week, you can have a break even week,
Right.
and sometimes conditions won't be in your favor, and you need to accept that. But when you have data on your system that shows it's profitable more times than not on the week and on the month, then I just go into every session, execute my system, and I don't care if I take a loss on the day, you know, I just walk away.
Mm-hmm.
I have that rule of taking one loss, I walk away. That's by far been a huge change in my trading.
Can I ask you something?
Yeah,
So let's just say you get into these losses, right? Because losing streaks, they're inevitable. Like
yeah,
sometimes you're going to lose 2 trades, sometimes you're going to lose 3, but eventually you're going to go
yeah.
back on your win rate. Let me ask you something. Do you ever tweak your strategy or change anything whatsoever?
So not really. I will tweak my risk though. If I'm trading like an account that I really care
Oh.
about, if I'm trading like a live account or an account I actually care about, I'll de-risk, of course. If I lose like 3 trades in a row,
Hmm.
I'll de-risk for sure. I'll build it back and then go back because my psych would probably be off a little bit. Or if I just notice conditions aren't in my favor, then I'll de-risk. But I only do that on accounts that I really care about,
Yeah.
like live personal account or like whatever prop firms. I don't really care too much. I'll just mainly risk the same amount every single trade so that's consistent. Like risk to reward wise, because I mostly take 1 to 2 risk to rewards, just base hits. So I don't play with the risk too much unless I go on a losing streak. Yeah, then I'll de-risk, build back what I lost, and then go back to that normal risk. If that makes sense. Yeah.
So what do you think is the most challenging part about day trading?
Honestly, it's emotions for a lot of people, but once you have a system that makes it so that emotions aren't a factor, that's where you can develop an edge in your emotions, you know. But definitely emotions for so many people, you know, since we're dealing with money, that's an emotional thing. You're seeing money go up and down every single day.
How do you
But
desensitize yourself from money? How do you get yourself to a point where you're like, you know what, I don't care about the money. Let me just focus on
yeah,
the actual strategy. Like
yeah,
forget about the
so
money, you know?
yeah, so here's the thing. Also, one of my mindsets is like trading money isn't real until it's in your bank account.
I said
So
that yesterday to my
yeah,
buddy, bro. Like word for word. Yes.
yeah, like I did as don't care about the floating
Yeah,
P&L,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
whether it's red or green. I don't care if I take a win. I don't care if I take a loss.
Until you get to
That money,
spend that money.
that
That's
money
true.
ain't yours till it's in your bank account,
Yo,
straight
you
up.
heard that. You heard that right,
Yeah.
boys.
And a lot of people they don't understand
They
this. You
don't.
know, they get
They don't.
emotional about that floating P&L. If they go two
Yeah.
dollars into drawdown, they start stressing out. They start like getting gray hairs. But bro, that money ain't yours till you can actually withdraw it.
100%.
Especially with prop firms, a lot of people like they don't understand that. They think that all of that money's theirs, but the money's actually yours that you can withdraw. You know, and
Dude,
that
there.
can also help you with like losing money because then it's like it's not really your money if it wasn't in your bank account yet.
So, what is your approach to scaling? You said you like to de-risk and also up-risk. So, during seasonal tendencies, or is it more of like the quality of the setup?
Not really quality of setup, just market conditions. Like
Okay.
sometimes my model will be way more powerful than other conditions. Like last week for me was a little bit slow. I didn't get too many setups even present itself.
Right.
This week's definitely a lot better. We're seeing a lot better conditions for my model, just technical wise. So yeah, I mean, if conditions are very bad, then I'll de-risk. If I just go on a losing streak, it's part of the game, and that's something that a lot of people don't talk about is losing streaks. It's definitely part of the game, and you just need to know how to handle them. And when you can actually de-risk on a losing streak, that's when you know you've gone to the next level in your trading, because at that point, it's not about the money. It's about preserving your capital and building back what you lost, and then going back to risking the same, and then making the same money you were making. But yeah.
So we got about 6 minutes left. I want to dive into the model. Is that something you keep private? And if it is, let's just talk a little bit about it.
We could break it down right now.
Right.
Can you see my chart?
Boys, you better focus in. The $1 million model right here.
Can you see my screen?
Yeah, we can all see your screen. We're watching.
Okay, bet. So this is a trade I took right now in Asia session. Let's see. Right here.
Is it a flexible trading strategy, or is it like rule based?
It's pretty rule based, I would say. There are a few mandatory factors. Just some ICT.
Mandatory is excellent.
Yeah. So a big thing in my trading is I mostly take 1 to 2 risk to rewards. So you guys can see right here, just 1 to 2 nice base hit, and I'll break down exactly what I saw. So I actually wrote out my confluences already because I was breaking this down to my community as well. But pretty much what happened here is 6 p.m. manipulated higher, right? I use 4-hour power 3 a lot. I like trading with that candle, and that 4-hour candle here manipulated into a bearish SMT, as well as a 15-minute fair value gap rebalance. So I use fair value gap rebalances a lot, especially unfilled fair value gaps, 5, 15-minute hourly. I look for rebalances of those to find manipulation a lot, as well as SMTs. SMT is mandatory before my entry, and then I get in off of a inverse order block or IFEG. More often than not, though, a inverse order block like this right here. Just that 3 candlestick pattern is that inverse order block, like you can see right here. We closed below, I got in, and yeah,
I'm just thinking about the poor guy that's watching this. That's like, this is all Chinese and rocket science to him right now. He's like, what am I talking? The guy that just trades trend line straight up. You know, he's like losing his brain cells right now. But for me, I understand everything. That's the funny part. Like, I get it. Like, I see the SMTs, the inverse order block, which is like a confirmation of the narrative. I get it all. But like, it's so funny. All right, keep going.
It's straight up. It's like a different language, straight up. Like on social media, whenever I talk about any trading terms, like some of my friends, like from back at home, you know, they just watch my videos. They're like, "Bro, what are you talking about?"
You know what's so funny, bro? Is I had no idea how to properly use order blocks until I actually met you, and I had no idea what inverse, like I understood what inverse for value gaps was, but it helps me so much with the narrative now that I'm like, yo, this idea is no longer valid because of this, and it breaks my win rate down to the point where it's just like, well, not down but up technically, to the point where it's just fabulous, bro. So I really want to thank you for that, bro. Thank you for making my win rate better. Thank you for making my RR better. I appreciate you.
Of course, bro. Yeah, like he said, like I deadass use order blocks like different than anybody. I've never seen order
blocks. You know, they work better than anybody, bro.
Yeah, and I actually low key shouldn't be even calling them order blocks. Like we came up with the name for it. It's called kebabs now.
Kebabs. Should we call them? Yo, we're gonna call them kebabs from now on.
Because technically, legally speaking, ICT terms, an order block is the last up close candle.
Right.
In a run. So you know the way I use it is
supply and demand type of stuff.
Yeah, the way that I use it is just a 3 candlestick pattern.
They're
like
equals.
Like if we see an example right here, you can see it playing out. Just this 3 candlestick pattern. All that it is just a down close candle, up close candle, order block, down close candle. Yeah.
Where'd you get this from?
Oh no, dude! I developed this on my own and back
that's crazy,
I just saw the pattern happen so much that every time we had this opposite candle in between the same candles, we would always have reactions. And I found this especially on the higher time frames. So it's just a PD ray at the end of the day. So obviously higher time frame, it's better. But through backtesting, I just kept seeing the same thing happen over and over and over again. And that's kind of how I developed it. Like I said, like I've never seen anybody, like I tried to find it on YouTube. Yeah, I try to find it on YouTube if anyone used it how I used it, but no one really does this way.
Why do you think it's more accurate? Because it is definitely more accurate. Do you think because the actual order blocks that people are currently using are so overly used to the point where it became the liquidity? Because that's what I think.
Maybe. I mean, it's just a good price action pattern, I guess, overall of like structure.
But it's also more picky. Like it's more visually picky, where it makes a higher probability, right?
Also, when there's 2 of them, this is I call it a propulsion block. Like legally, ICT terms, it's probably not a propulsion block, but just two of them next to each other, it's
Yeah.
even stronger. Those are some of my favorite, as well as the 50% of them, very, very strong. You can see here it actually top ticked right there.
Well, to be fair, bro, no one can tell you otherwise because they're not
Yeah.
ranked. So,
Yeah.
yo, who's gonna tell you that? This is like saying to a UFC fighter, you don't know how to fight. It's like, okay, bro. All right, bro.
Yeah.
Dude, no one's gonna
Yeah.
tell you you're wrong, dude. When you're in the ranks,
Yeah.
you know, you're the man.
And that's the thing in trading. Like I deadass don't care what other people are doing. I'm just doing what works for me, you know? Like everyone's trading a different strategy, but you really just gotta lock in on your own or lock in on one strategy, master it. Because it's really easy to get FOMO of what other people are doing. Especially me, just because I secure 1 to 2s. I see people online, you know, take like 1 to 1 million RR trades, but for me, that's not consistent. I've tried it multiple times. It's not consistent. For me, I know I can catch a 1 to 2 in every single session pretty much, and that's just what I do, you know? Like, we're here to make money, not for social media to catch big ass trades. Like, I don't care about that. You know, I'll do what gets me paid, and, you know, I think that's what everyone else should do too. Do what works for you, you know?
One of my buddies, his quote is, "You don't get paid for your time, but you get paid for your decisions."
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And your discipline too. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Krabs, for being on the
Sir.
channel, for your beautiful information, your knowledge, and hopefully I'll
Sir.
see you next time, man.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
Peace out, yo.
Check out Krabs on YouTube, Krabstrades YouTube. He also has a Discord, and also currently he's running a one-on-one mentorship. If you want to get better, if you want to level up, and you literally want to be profitable, I think Krabs is the best guy.
Guaranteed results, yo.
Obviously,
Guaranteed results.
it's not financial advice. Do it at your own risk. But I promise you, from me, if you put in the work, you will become profitable. But at the end of the
Sir.
day, it's up to you and your decision making. Anyway, Scraps, thank you so much, and
Sir, thank you for having me on, yo. Peace out.
bye bye. There we go, bro. Thank you, bro. I appreciate it.